Hi, I'm Chris Mangless. We're here at 335 downtown Green Bay in the historic Broadway district. I'm here to show you a dish that we have coming up for Restaurant Week and our take on one of our courses. So what we have is a ricotta gnocchi. We're using this dry pack ricotta cheese. So if you don't have dry pack cheese, hang it in cheesecloth and you want to let all that extra moisture come out, which will help with your final product. So here we have a 00 flour, which is just a really fine ground flour. We're going to do an egg, some salt and pepper. Then we're going to mix. And when you mix a gnocchi, you want to just mix it to incorporate the ingredients. You don't want to overwork them. You'll see here it starts to come together a little bit, and then we're going to get rid of the spatula and we're going to start mixing by hand. Once it starts to come together, it's almost like a bread dough. Now we're just going to knead that a little bit. We like to do ours nice and big here. You can roll them a little bit smaller if you like. Then we just go ahead and we cut them. There you have it. A real simple kind of rustic gnocchi. Don't get too worried about the size or the presentation of that part. It's all going to come together really nice, you'll see. So what we're going to do is we have some water that's simmering. When I tell my chefs here at 335 to season the water for pasta or for cooking a dough like this, I tell them to season the water until it tastes like the ocean. So you want a really salty, salty water. So we're just going to place these in the water here. See, we have a nice gentle simmer. We're just going to cook these until they float. So what we're going to do is take the tops off these tomatoes here. And we'll slice these in half. Beautiful cherry tomatoes from Twin Elm Gardens. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the gnocchi here. Just starting to float, so we're going to let them go for about another minute. What we did is we removed the kind of the root of the oyster, but the stems on these oyster mushrooms are good. We have them picked like so. You could use shiitake mushrooms, you could use portobellas, regular button mushrooms, those would all work great. So what we're going to do is get a little olive oil in our pan. Be generous with the olive oil. We're going to go ahead and put our oyster mushrooms in. Those are starting to get a little brown on them. We're going to go ahead and season them at this point. A little pepper. We're going to add our tomatoes. I'm going to pull the gnocchi out at this time. Turn the water off here. We're going to put them in the pan. We're just going to brown them to get just a little bit of color and texture on these gnocchi. Saute those just for a minute. And right at the end here, we're going to hit it with a little bit of lemon juice. And that's it. Take this over here. We're going to add our basil right here at the end just to kind of release those oils. Flavors into that sauce. We have an aged sherry vinegar here, so this is a 20-year-old sherry vinegar. So now we're going to go ahead and plate the dish. We're going to finish it with a little bit of spinach here. We've got some fresh spinach, greens, a little bit of oregano, a little fennel, a little more sherry over the top, a little bit more olive oil. And there you have it. This is our ricotta gnocchi with oyster mushrooms, cherry tomatoes, a little basil. So hope to see you for Restaurant Week.